Thank you, Sarah, for setting us up. And can you confirm if you can hear me, Sarah? Yep. Thank you. And can you all see the screen that I'm sharing?
Yes.
Thank you for that. Welcome to the University of Birmingham and to the Department of Political Science and International Studies. I am Serin Topkel. I'm the postgraduate director for the Department of Political Science and International Studies. I would like to welcome all of you virtually for today, but hopefully, in the next open day or in the next academic year, we will be able to meet you in person and see the beautiful campus that we have that I sort of tried to project earlier. So with my warm welcome, I would also like to let you know that we have Dr. Licia, who is the deputy director and the admissions tutor for us. So after my short talk, there will be a Q&A at the end, and both myself and Licia will be there to answer any questions that you may have. So what I will do here today is to give you a sense of the teaching that we offer to postgraduate students, and also the research and student experience that we offer to MA students. So if we look at the world today, whether it's British domestic politics, the elections coming up, and all the various political, defense, security, economic and trade issues that Britain is dealing with, as well as broader issues in Europe, including the war in Ukraine and lots of issues around domestic politics in the different countries, trade and security issues, and further abroad, in North America or in East Asia or Africa, Latin America, whether it is to do with migration, climate change, the ongoing COVID pandemic that some countries are still dealing with, various issues around territorial disputes, trade and investment issues, wars, whether they are intrastate wars or interstate wars going on, great power competition that is emerging between the US and China, particularly, and issues to do with gender. So we look around the world and see that we are living in what some people call interesting times, which is to say, not just interesting developments from an intellectual point of view, but also in the sense of the so-called Chinese curse, that we also live in dangerous times. So on all these issues, if you join the University of Birmingham and Policies department, you will have opportunities to learn about all these issues and much more in the classrooms and also in settings outside the classrooms. And to do this, we have quite a large department and a diverse, quite a diverse department, as well as a dynamic department in terms of the teaching that goes on and the different types of research and events that we put forward for both members of staff and students. So what I will do now is to talk a bit about the different programs that we have for MA students. Essentially, we have 5 MA programs. The MA in politics, the MA in international relations, MA international security and terrorism, MA global conflict and cooperation, and MA International Political Economy. So in terms of the structure of the programs, across all these 5 programs, there is a uniform structure, which is to say that whichever program you join, you will have to complete 180 credits to get the degree. And this is broken up into 2 core modules worth 40 credits in total, and 4 optional modules that you can choose from a list that I will go through later. And in addition to the core modules and optional modules, there will be a dissertation component, which is worth 60 credits. And the dissertation component is only for the degree students. So if you are joining us for a diploma, then you will take the core modules and the optional modules without doing the dissertation module. And each of the modules run over 1 semester, and each module is worth 20 credits. And in terms of the contact hours, all the modules have a 3-hour contact period every week, which is usually broken up into sort of 2 elements, depending on the class size. If the class is quite big, then there will be a 2-hour interactive lecture followed by a 1-hour seminar, so a 2+1 sort of module. And in terms of the delivery of the modules, you will see different types of lectures, different seminar activities, and different types of assessments that you will be taking on in each of these modules. So there'll be different types of teaching methods and assessment methods. And just to give you an illustration, this is our MA in International Relations program. So the 2 core modules for the International Relations program are International Relations Theory and the Dilemmas in International Relations. So these are the 2 core modules. And then you will take 4 other modules, optional modules from a list. And then in addition to that, you will do the dissertation. So this is the structure that is replicated across all our 5 programs. And I hope you can see the text. So this is the list of the optional modules that we have: China and the world, conflict, statehood, and sovereignty in the world, contemporary security challenges, contemporary perspectives on conflict, dilemmas in international relations, doing political research, fear, cooperation, and trust in world politics, gender, peace, and insecurity, global cooperation on global problems, global environmental governance, globalization and governance, international political economy, international relations theory, political psychology of conflict and cooperation, security studies, the European Union and the global politics, the politics of the Arab-Israeli conflict, US foreign and defense policy, varieties of politics. So you can see that there is quite a big range of choice that you will have in addition to the core modules for your programs. And the teaching is not just transmission of knowledge by a lecturer or a seminar tutor in the classroom, but this teaching is also supported by a world-class sort of research environment, which is illustrated by the position of Pulses in terms of research power in the latest research excellence framework. And you can see a list of books that have been published by members of staff in the department. And so it's not just publications of research by members of staff, but Policies also puts on varieties of events and research activities where MA students can actively participate in. So we have a departmental seminar, which is sort of a series of talks by outside experts or a member of staff on a particular topic. So this is the list of events that we put on recently. This doesn't include the most recent events, but just to give you a sense of the different types of events that we put on. So MA students are actively invited to attend these talks, but also pose questions or share their views as well. And we also have a very vibrant research environment, as you can see from the different types of research groups within the department. This is the main sort of way in which research works in policy. So we have a group on Asian politics, a group on British politics, European studies, gender and feminist theory, IR and security theory, Middle East politics, parties, voters and elections, political economy, political theory. So you can see a range of topics and themes that you can also take advantage of in terms of the research. So each research group also organizes their workshops or conferences where MA students are invited to join. And MA students are also particularly invited to join as members of these research groups. And in addition to the research groups, we also have some institutes or centers where, again, research on different themes and topics take place, and MA students are, actively invited to join and take part. So the Institute for Conflict, Cooperation and Security is one of our major institutes. They do a lot of research on themes like NATO, drones, and security issues, and also sort of political psychology informed research on politics and international relations. We also have a Center for Elections, Democracy, Accountability and Representation, and a Center for Russian, European and Eurasian Studies. So, and then there are centers and institutes in other departments in this, the School of Government, where you will also be able to take part in. And then in terms of student experience, we put a lot of emphasis on enriching the experience of our students. So one of the main ways in which we sort of achieve this is through the Brussels study trip that takes place every year, where a group of students will join one or two members of staff and go to Brussels and attend or visit European Union and NATO institutions there, and also interact with people working in these institutions. And also there'll be opportunities for sightseeing and other activities. And University of Birmingham also has over 500 student societies. So you will have a lot of opportunities to meet other students who have similar sort of interests as you have. Politics is society, and the policies in color are the two most relevant student groups. But if you go to the website, there'll be a long list of student groups that you can join. And there we also, the University of Birmingham also offers MA scholarships. So the deadline for the upcoming academic year is 30th of April 2023. And there is an eligibility requirement, at least a 2:1 or equivalent degree at the undergraduate level. And if you are joining here as a undergraduate student of University of Birmingham, there is the further postgraduate progression award for University of Birmingham graduates. So we try to enrich the lives of our students in many ways. And outside the classrooms, we also put on different types of support services for our students. We have some dedicated professional welfare tutors, and we also have a very active and supportive careers network, who also work with alumni working in different countries, different regions of the world, and also in different institutions and governments to help our students as well. So, you will have the support of the Careers Network to help you with basic things like writing CVs or practicing for interviews, but also in more important ways in terms of putting you in contact with alumni or giving you information about different types of opportunities. And as you can see from this ranking of the universities most targeted by the largest number of top employers, University of Birmingham in 2021 to 2022 was ranked number 4th in the United Kingdom. The year before that, we were ranked number 1. Right? So you can see a degree in the University of Birmingham will carry quite a lot of weight in terms of getting a job. So with this, I will end here, but also to remind you that we have Dr. Ligia Gianniti, who is our admissions tutor. And so let's start the question and answer session. And Ligia will be better placed to sort of answer more admissions related questions. So I'll hand it over to Sarah from here.